Hey folks, before I actually move over to the main screen here, how's my audio balance? Can you guys hear me okay over the music? Or do I need to adjust things? Sounds good? Fine? Sounds good? Sounds good? Thank you, everyone. Okay, fantastic. Appreciate it, guys. Back in a minute. Bun da 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 dum ba. Alright. Greetings, champions. And just a second. Just a second. Just a second. Right. Okay. Had a little bit of a technical difficulty there. Anyway. Greetings, champions. Welcome to Mars Guiding Hand. I am Mars, and this is Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, a free-to-play officially licensed Dungeons & Dragons formation strategy game from Codename Entertainment. On this partner stream, we take a look at the latest content, discuss strategies, and answer any questions you may have about the game. So wash your hands, champions! Practice safe habits like social distancing during this global crisis, fight fear with positivity, and for at least a couple of hours, join me as we take a deeper look at all things Idle Champions. Today is Wednesday, March 18th, 2020, and in this 10th and possibly final episode, we will be talking about Festival of Fools, again, just like we did last week. We'll be talking about Briv, we'll be talking about Strix, we'll be talking about Rosie, and answering any questions you might have. Also, stay tuned throughout today's show for a very special announcement. Trust me, you don't want to miss this one. Okay. And I see the pop-ups in the game. Thank you, as always, Codename Entertainment, for this incredible opportunity. It has absolutely been a blast. I am double mugging it today. Tea and coffee. It's been raining, so I've got a nice cup of Earl Grey. As you can see, I'm currently in a Briv free play. We'll be doing some Briv variants today, so how about you guys go ahead and let me know in the chat which of the 3 Briv variants would you most like to see me do? We can do 1 or 2, but probably not all 3. So, we've got a little perspective, Nerves of Steel, and Delicious Diversion, and I'll go through them really quickly so that everyone knows what we're dealing with here. A little perspective is Area 75. Pixie spawn at random in all non-boss areas. When a pixie spawns, it shrinks a random champion, decreasing their damage. This effect persists until the pixie dies, and it can stack if multiple pixies target the same champion. So that might be funny, watching people constantly shrink and grow again. And then we've got Nerves of Steel, which is Area 125. Briv starts in the formation and cannot be moved, removed, or swapped out. Normal enemies move 10 times faster and attack 3 times faster. Bosses are unaffected. This is one of those variants that I call a spotlight variant, where you see this often with events. They'll have the new character have a variant where they have to be used, and the rules are different. And Delicious Diversion, Area 175. A cart of tasty pies, baguettes, and other baked snacks take up slots in the formations. The cart has 100 hit points. Ravenous crows and famished rats spawn randomly in each area. These additional creatures have 4 points of armored health. If, for whatever reason, Frost Giant, the cart is smashed, you immediately lose the area and go back to the previous area. I am fully confident that we can handle all of these. I'm not worried. I'm currently looking at 2E25 event favor, and as soon as I end this, I'll be at 1E33 event favor. I did some Azaka farming on stage 730. If you were looking in the Discord, you would see my post about that. No, I have not done any of the event variants at all, because I've been saving them for you. I did the ones for Strix and Rosie, of course, last year and the year before, but I saved all my Briv variants to do on stream for you guys. I'm seeing... Let me scroll back up to where people started answering. Lyra, I am not a traitor. I love both. I love hot tea and cold coffee, but I love tea more. There's a steel, delicious. Okay, that's 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh. Okay, I'm definitely seeing more delicious diversion. So we will do that. Die, Frost Giant. Okay. Let's go ahead and reset this so that I can start the variant. And then we can... Oh, I'm so sorry, Ensorcelled! I just ended it. Right before you said that. Okay, let's see what my final stats are. Thank you, skip button. 21 hours. Oh boy. E200 damage. Wow. Wow. How things have grown over time in this game. Good grief. Alright, delicious diversion. We're just starting off with the hard one. Okay. Well, honestly, I'm not sure which of these would be the most difficult, but if I had to guess, it'd probably be this one. Alright, let's go. What's the announcement? Oh, we'll get to it. That wasn't an attempt at breaking a new record. I just wanted to get high enough to do an Azaka farm, so I wasn't really looking at doing some really huge... let me get my speed formation out, actually. Some really huge optimization going on. Wasn't necessary. I'll take Wild Shape. I'll take Lead the Pack. I'll take War Domain. I'll take Beasts. I'll take Charismatic. I'll take Doom. I'll take Circle the Arctic. And Tempered Steel, why not? Ranger Training, Eldritch Smite, Echo's Will, Stormbreaker. Okay, there we go. My formation doesn't really need to be optimal for this either. They just need to be doing enough hits on these enemies. So honestly, anyone that could do multi-hits would probably be better here. Yeah, dealing with these crows and rats. So maybe more daggers on Hitch might be preferable. Oh, that was just a silver chest? Darn. Alright. What's that giant wall? That would be Gromma's ultimate attack. Gromma's ultimate is Wall of Stone. She just summons a huge wall of stone that blocks enemies from getting closer to the formation. But it targets the just a random enemy, so some enemies can still like be in front of it when it comes up. Kind of defeats the purpose. Oh, I know I'm teasing. I'm such a tease. I'm well aware. I like being a tease. Oh, I included in my introduction a little PSA about, you know, social distancing, washing your hands and whatnot, and that leads me to... Come on. C&E was so nice that, in case you haven't picked it up yet, get this code. This is not a code from my stream. This is a code from yesterday. Thank you, Codename Entertainment. Play from home. That's what C&E is advising us all to do. Look what you get for this. Look what you get for this. That's amazing. This might be the greatest chest code that's ever been. That's incredible. Can't wait to see what I get from all these. Woo! Okay, no epics there. That's fine. That's fine. I did need that more epic heroism potions. Ah, only got like one epic out of that. Oh, let's get this silver chest. Okay, not really anything important. Polish. I have 39 unshinied slots left for my evergreen team, as in my non-event champions. So I'm honestly hoping it lands on any of them, especially the first 9 slot characters, because oh, there's just one Vajra variant I have left to do. That's okay. That's okay. I'll accept that. I'll accept that. I'm so sorry, Keelek. I'm not going to show you off today, though, because I'm going to keep Briv in the team. Yeah, I landed on an event champion, so that's great. It's much harder to get shinies on event champions than it is for evergreens. And thank you, chat, for helping me to pick which variant we would do. Don't you love Briv's skip animation, his speed animation? Or just woo springs over. It's fun when he has some like effect going with him, like Avern's mirror image will also follow him into the air and then land with him on the next stage. It's great. So how is the event going for you guys? Are you having a good time? How's your luck? Have you unlocked Strix, Rosie, Briv? Have you geared them up? Daza asks, how do you get more sprint for Briv? Well, if you mean how do you get sprint stacks for Briv, as you play through an adventure using Briv, whenever enemies attack Briv, he gains stacks of steel bones, like his core mechanic. When you end your run, when you reset, and you start your next adventure, all of his steel bone stacks will convert to stacks of unnatural haste, so that his sprint stacks, so that he can then skip. So it's kind of like build up his stacks on one run, and then on your next run, use them to skip forward. And then build up his stacks on that run after you get up to your wall. Just rinse and repeat. New player stuck on 200 at almost everything. In the event or in permanent campaigns? Because it's a bit of a different beast. Cregan, what is Azaka farming? Azaka farming is sort of an advanced strategy for players where you set up a formation using Azaka, who is an evergreen champion that you unlock by doing a certain Tomb of Annihilation variant. And in this scenario, you go to a boss stage and you kill everything except one non-boss enemy. And everyone in your formation is doing something to enhance your gold find. And then you use Azaka's ultimate in her Resist the Curse specialization, which causes her to summon tigers that, when they attack, force the enemy to drop gold as if they had been killed. So then you just bully them for their lunch money for a few minutes, essentially, and end up getting a ton of gold for it. Once you unlock Azaka, you can really ramp up your gold find, and thus your favor gain in basically every single campaign. Pretty much everything. Unlocking Azaka is like turning on easy mode for enhancing your favor gains. Tigers need lunch money. Yeah. Thank you, Milky. I appreciate all the kind words. I love coming back here every week, and you guys cheering me on. It's really nice. Can you unlock Azaka with time gate pieces? No! Azaka is unlocked from... I'll show you. She is an evergreen unlock. So you go to the Tomb of Annihilation campaign, the second map, and you go all the way down to this camp right next to the Peaks of Flame. She's right here. Azaka's Procession Part 2. If you complete this one, you are rewarded with Azaka permanently as a character. Oh, I gotta do the joke for our chess code. Let's see. So... Oh, I'm sorry. I have the squeaky chair. I forgot to switch my chairs. I can fix that while I'm doing this. So you know when you have... You know when you're living in a world where all your other currency is gone? Like, there's been some kind of global revolution and all currency has changed to, meat? Sure, let's work with that. So, you're living in a time when there's meat money, and you go in debt. That makes you a beef ages ower. That was bad. Good enough. I've earned unlocking my own chest. Oh look, I got a pity epic. Woo! Celeste. Nice. Yeah, I tried. Good enough. I'll allow it. Thanks, Annie. Let's get the current event champions out here, actually. So that Briv has some company. What kind of tea is it today, Marietta asks. Marietta, I'm drinking Earl Grey, hot, with raw cane sugar as my sweetener. And then I also have a cold dark roast coffee. And I've added sort of a sweetened coconut milk creamer, which is very nice. It's like coconut coffee. Delightful. I like my drinks. Yeah, hot tea and cold coffee for me, Dana Wolf. That's how I like it. Go, Briv, go! Iced matcha almond milk. Oh, nice. That does sound good. I love the taste of matcha, but not the texture. The texture I can't really work with, but the taste is delightful. It's very nice. Hey, Jad! Good to have you. So many friends here. Thank you all for coming. Stick around long enough, and I'll have some cool stuff to tell you. Maybe when we get to the end of this variant. We're about a third of the way through anyway. Can Briv trigger skips on areas he is skipping? If I'm understanding your question how you're phrasing it, you're asking, like, if as he's skipping the zone that he's skipping, will it roll to see if he skips that one too? I don't think so. I don't think that's how it works. I think it just checks from the area he began his skip. But if you have his, like, percent bonus high enough, then he can skip multiple areas. I've had my Briv skip 2 stages several times now, but far more often he only skips 1 for me. Currently, my Briv's bonus is at 52% chance of sprinting forward. I got so lucky, you guys. You remember last week I had ungeared Briv, and now I'm looking at Epic's Onslaughts 3 and 4, which are his most important ones, in my opinion. So, very happy about that. Dark Dragon, there's actually a chart someone posted. I think Ridge posted it. Ridge makes some incredible charts and spreadsheets and stuff for the community. Over in the stats and guides section of the Discord server. Join the Discord. Roe bar X EXE. Beginner question, is there a level cap to chaps and adventures, like champions and adventures? Yes, there is a level cap. It is currently at around E56, E57 gold. You see how everyone costs different amounts of gold to level up, right? Like Deacon right now, I need 9.26 E41 to level him up to his next upgrade. And it's around E56 gold is where the level cap is currently. Periodically, Codename Entertainment will increase the level cap. And we refer to this as the soft cap, by the way, because you actually can level past it. You can force champions to level beyond the soft cap. They simply will not get upgrades anymore, and they'll get like a very small DPS boost. It only really matters for your DPS character. It can also matter for your tanking character, because when you level up a champion, it heals them. So if you're having trouble dealing with a particularly difficult boss, and you're already at your soft cap, you can intentionally level over your soft cap with your tanks just to heal them up while you're fighting. Only works until you run out of gold, of course, but it's still nice. Formation starting your brain? Well, I can move things around. Briv, we want tanking. He's a good tank. Not the best, but he's good. Sentry, also tank, so I'll keep her in front. I only have Deacon and Minsk out here for speed purposes. Let's get Shandy out here too. So then I'll put Rosie and Strix up here in front. Of course, we have them in their paired Bee Stinger outfits. Adorable. You can unlock these skins for Strix and Rosie by completing the Bee Stinger's Unleashed variant for Rosie. Yes, Briv has an excellent overwhelm point. Very, very high. Morkani, you once showed us all of Black Viper's gem bonuses, but I didn't know what that was first. Could you show it again? Absolutely. No problem. Let me just get Black Viper out here. Here you go. Level 10. Or, level 10. 10 total red gems. Aura of Infamy is now also buffed by Rangers and Warlocks at 50. Increase max stacks of distracted foes by 5. Increase damage per stack by 100% at 300. Effective for gear plus 25%. Very cool. And then at 800, 1500, 2500, 3500, 4500, 5500, 6500, it's just Black Viper damage times 2 each time. And 6500 is her final upgrade for now. Maybe she will have expanded upgrades in the future. Don't know. But for now, that's what she's got. Good luck to anyone farming for Black Viper's red gems. It takes a while. Okay, alright. Okay. I do love teasing, but you're right. I'm sure a lot of people came here just to hear the special announcement, since that was build in the pop-up this time, so okay. Alright. Stick around 5 more minutes, and at 4:30... 4:30, I'll tell you. In the meantime... Oh, right, 1:30. It's 4:30 for me. I'm on the East Coast. Yes, 1:30 for Pacific time. Thank you, Sean. Always have to do the mental math there, just 3-hour difference. In the meantime, let's take another look at Briv. Since this is kind of part 2 of showing him off, we should know who we're talking about here. Briv. Chaotic good, half-orc paladin, tanking, healing, and support character. Relentlessly brave, but markedly uncouth, Briv Steel Marrow is a stalwart champion of the weak, innocent, downtrodden, and oppressed. Centuries ago, a cabal of Netherese mages experimented on Briv's clan, gifting him with a magical metal inside his bones that he can pull through his skin and shape for attack or defense. Once a slaver, Briv sought atonement by joining the Order of the Lost Cause. I love that name. An elite group of knights that travel across Faerun, taking on quests that only fools would pursue. Hence the, jester skull emblem on his, chest here. And why it makes it so very, very fitting that he is available from the Festival of Fools event in Idle Champions. It's a very nice touch there. Briv does everything that he does very well. Not too well, in my opinion, but very well. He's not to be trifled with. He's a good tank, he's a good healer, he's a good support. And as was discovered on the Discord earlier today, I think it was Garwar who did some experimenting, I figured out that there's a way to set it up so that Briv can keep himself at 100% health. Just constantly. I believe it has to do with patron perks. Perk up, increase the healing received by tank champions by 50%. Briv is a tank who heals himself. So, do the math there. Uses healing flow, specialization increase. Perk up in sentry. Ah, yes. When sentry's under attack, healing received by everyone in sentry's columns increased by 25%. Yeah. Yeah, so you can get over 100% healing. It's very, very fun. It reminds me a little bit of the Super Tank Artemis discovery, but not quite as ridiculous. Now, I think what makes people very excited about Briv, specifically, is in regard to his role as a speed champion, sort of an unofficial role the community has invented. Deacon's a speed champion, Sentry's a speed champion, Shandy's a speed champion, Minska's a speed champion, and now Briv is as well. All of the speed abilities in the game so far are unique, and the same goes for Briv. Briv's speed effect is his unnatural haste. He has a chance of sprinting forward quickly on steel springs that come out of his feet after completing a new area. It consumes 4% of his sprint stacks and requires at least 50 stacks to occur. When you reset your adventure, all of his stacks of steel bones that he's gained convert into stacks of sprint, and his unused sprint stacks persist through resets. His steel bones is kind of his core mechanic. Whenever he comes under attack, metal shoots out of his pores and covers him in strong armor. His model even changes, it looks very cool. While armored, he takes 10% less damage and gains stacks of steel bones whenever he's hit by an enemy attack. So, you go deep into your adventure, let enemies hit up on Briv for a while, he gains steel bone stacks, reset your adventure, all of those stacks convert to sprint stacks, and now for your next run, or until he just runs out of stacks, or goes below 50 anyway, he'll be able to skip areas. Of course, it's a random chance. It's not guaranteed that he will skip areas. The higher you have his slot 4 item level and rarity, the greater chance that he will skip. As well, his specialization. Where are you? There you are. He has 3 specializations: Metalborn, Tempered Steel, and Go With The Flow. Go With The Flow I talked about just a minute ago in regard to his healing. Tempered Steel is what you want if you actually want to do like I guess, deep pushing. Well, it depends if you want sustain or you just want more damage. But Tempered Steel increases the effect of his Nethery Steel ability. His, like, how much damage boost he gives to the allied champions of the formation based on his steel stacks. And then finally, Metalborn. This is his speed specialization. It causes his unnatural haste to use 20% fewer sprint stacks whenever it triggers. So, if you want him to skip more, use that. You could even use that until you get to your wall. And then switch him using a potion of specialization. Okay. Ah! It's 4:30. We just finished going through Briv's basics. By the way, he's usable for both patrons, so very nice there. Alright. Hello, champions. Mars here, and it is my great honor to make the following announcement. I have been given the green light, given permission to mention this on my stream, specifically, my show. So, I wrote this down so I could make sure to get it right. Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms by Codename Entertainment will be leaving early access. Version 1.0 launch next week. Version 1.0 will be one of the largest updates ever, with daily rewards to commemorate the occasion. Starting Thursday, March 19th, tomorrow, as of the time of this recording, this show, you can look forward to 10 days of teasers and more info to come on the Idle Champions blog and social media. When I got the email saying that I was being given the opportunity to make this announcement, I mean, I was floored. I just about fell out of my chair. So, allow me to say here live on the show, congratulations, Codename Entertainment. It's been a long ride. It's been a long wait. I am extremely excited for what's to come with the official launch of 1.0 for Idle Champions. You know, I love this game. I love this community. And it's going to be so good, I'm sure. I have faith in you guys. And thank you for letting me be the one to break the news. I am honored. Cheers. I like how the chat just absolutely exploded. Woo! Huzzah! I bet you're excited. It's been a lot of work over there for you guys, I'm sure. Years! I started this game... I've said this before on my stream, but, you know, not everybody may have been here at the time, but I started this game September 22nd, 2017. So it has been, for me, just as a player, like 3.5 years. And we're finally doing it. It's actually happening. Oh, I'm sorry, 2.5? 3.5? 2.5? Oh, whatever. Math. I'm just excited. Yeah, you go to your, like, if you're on Steam, you can go to your Steam achievements and just look at the date that you unlocked the tutorial achievement, and that pretty much tells you, like, when you started. So for me, that's September 22nd, 2017. Yeah, it's cool stuff. It's really cool stuff. I can't believe it's actually happening. Oh, Gar, you started just 3 days before me? Oh, that's fantastic. Nice, nice. Cool. I didn't realize that we were so close. Anyway, yeah, it's been a long wait, and we're almost there. Next week. Can't believe it. I am so hyped for seeing whatever is going to be like teased tomorrow. Oh, for 10 days, apparently. At least according to the email I got. 10 days we're going to be getting teasers and stuff. Also, I know the weekend buffs. The announcement doesn't come with one of these teasers. The announcement is the teaser. Is that not good enough? It was interesting, however, seeing people make guesses about what this announcement might be. That's what was very fun for me, teasing it in the stream for a while here. Seeing you guys make guesses. I saw a lot of people guessing that it was going to be the third patron announcement. Ah, Bunny, thank you. I hope so too. Maybe one day. For now, I'm, oh gosh. It's just me, of all people. I got to make the announcement about the early access ending. Jeez, that's nuts. That's wild. I guess I'm kind of starstruck right now. Anyway, let's get back to Mars Guiding Hand. I'm sure that was bothering people for a while, seeing Briv's upgrades. Just waiting to be clicked on. You're welcome. We talked about most of Briv now. Yeah, his Nethery Steel. So this is his buffing mechanic, where based on how many stacks of steel bones he has one currently, so terrible. But he will give a buff to everyone behind him, and everyone behind him, not limited by how many steps away they are in the formation, but everybody. Very nice. So he should pair well with anyone who doesn't necessarily want to be close to the front, like Delana. She wants to be far in the back because she wants lots of people in front of her. And Turiel would be a good partner for Briv in any two-tank formation, as you can make everyone just fight Briv instead. That's what Turiel does. He just deflects people over to the other person in the tank line. And Turiel wants people as far back behind him as possible. So there's some pretty cool synergy there. I don't think it's quite enough to bring Delana up to par yet, but perhaps it's one more link in the chain to one day finding that golden Delana DPS formation, and we'll no longer make fun of her. The poor girl. Question in the chat on the Briv free play: can you get more than one chest at area 50 or just keep resetting at 50? Just area 50. Once you clear area 50, you will have earned one random either silver or gold event chest for Briv on reset. The only reason to go further is if, one, you just want to because it's fun to play a video game, or two, you want to try to push up your wall to get more favor, etc., so that you can have more conversion when the event is over. Oh my gosh, that would be so cool. That would be so rad to, if, or like, version 1.0 launch comes with Delana just rising up as the new lead DPS character. Oh. Yeah, Firedale, I mean, that's a fair point. You also just might want more event currency to do another free play, which you could do in that run, or literally anywhere else. Even if you're offline, you'll still gain event currency. Who's the lead DPS now? Pretty sure most people would say Zorbu. No hesitation, Zorbu. Other popular options include Archon, Krond, Minsk, but number one, Zorbu. definitely. It'll be different if you're a new player, of course. Bogart in the chat says, not Jim. I mean, like I said, if depends on your kind of level of play in the game, whether you have all characters unlocked, or what your gear situation is like, or even what variant you're in, or non-variant adventure that you're in, just based on like what kind of enemies are present. For example, just very basic, if Minsk's favorite enemy applies to a lot of the enemies in the adventure or not. There's a lot of variables that have to be considered. So when I'm talking top DPS, I'm kind of speaking in a vacuum. Like, assuming that we don't have to consider all of these variables, then Zorbu is probably the number one right now. Is Artemis any good at DPS? I think so. He's just not top DPS. Artemis is fun, though. He's like a puzzle. He's like a puzzle champion, similar to Archon. Archon with his Usurp specialization. Artemis is in the same way with his Observe skill, his Observe ability. Ooh, Broadface Killer, thank you so much for asking. Have you gotten Divine Patience, Briv's achievement? If so, how'd you do it? If not, how'd you go about it? I have! It was grueling. I did it the non-optimal way, which is to just go somewhere, set up Briv as your tank, put speed potions on, and wait. And wait. It took me like a solid 24 hours with speed potions on. I had 10 times speed on for maybe a couple of hours during that, and the rest of it was just with one epic potion on. Optimally, here. Over here. Go to the Nerves of Steel variant. Briv's arsenal formation cannot be moved, removed, or swapped out. Normal enemies move 10 times faster and attack 3 times faster. Huh? If they're attacking 3 times faster, then he gains stacks 3 times faster. And that makes sense, right? So, that's where you want to go if you want to farm up Briv's achievement quickly. Throw some speed potions on there. You'll be done extremely fast. I think Garwar said in the chat, 30 minutes in Nerves of Steel. Exactly. Yeah. Megiddo saying couple hours in the second variant. Yep. Mm-hmm. I kind of intentionally did it the bad way to see what it would be like. Because I knew other people were going to be doing it the optimal way. So I figured, why not? I'm already in here, I've already got speed potions on. I should see how long this will take so that I can understand the comparison. You definitely want to do it in the Nerves of Steel variant. It's much better. And while you're there, while you're in the Nerves of Steel variant, try getting some of the other champion-specific achievements, such as... Takes a while to scroll down here. I need a better way to sort through this. Naeli. Have Naeli take 4 E7 damage. Calliope. Have Calliope provide 6 E7 total damage shield. Flamethrower, Archon. Use Tiamat's Flame Fury. Oh, finished it. Cool. 10,000 times. Shielding Fury. Blah, blah, blah. There's a few different achievements that you could get a little more easily just in that variant, due to the nature that enemies are moving and attacking faster. Just a fun little exploit you can do, intentionally built into the game. Just making use of the circumstances at play. Any way to unlock a variant to repeat after you've cleared it? I wish, Smiley Jersey. Technically, there's a way. When you do time gates, ever since the revised time gates update, when you open a time gate now for a champion, and I've been meaning to open one anyway, so why not? I'll open Dadius. When you open a time gate, it will now give you one random variant from them, assuming you have cleared all of their variants already. If you have not cleared all of their variants, then it will give you one that you have not cleared yet. But that is currently the only way to replay event variants. I wish we could just play them again and again and again. I really do. I just want to play the game. But that's still better than what we had before, which was nothing at all. Oh, Bogart asks, if you finish that variant, any other good place to go? Gut reaction. Anywhere with fast spawns. Mad Wizard in Grand Tour of the Sword Coast, of course. That's a staple for rapid spawns. But if you just want to kind of shake things up, you could go to stage 50 in Running of the Swords and Tomb of Annihilation, because that'll let you get like just zombies spawning super fast. Persistent buzzing variant, yeah, if you haven't cleared that. Like if you have that available via patrons. For example, if you've already cleared it in the base campaign, then you can do persistent buzzing. I've already cleared it, so I wouldn't be able to. But yeah, there's some strategies surrounding patron variants, like which ones you should or shouldn't clear. I'm gonna get past this boss and reset. Hey, which variant do you want to see me do next for Briv? This wasn't really not much to see here, just considering the cards didn't really get in my way. My favor is simply too big right now. If you're dealing with this. We've got the Pixie one and Nerves of Steel, where everything moves fast. Why is there strategy around clearing patron variants? Because some variants are just better left uncleared if you want to take advantage of them for the specific rules involved, like enemies spawning faster or whatever. Personally, I don't subscribe to that philosophy. I just clear everything I can and play the game. Oh, we did make the announcement. Yeah, the chat pretty much exploded. Yeah, it was possibly the biggest announcement in Idle Champions ever? I feel like, anyway. Let's do a little perspective. I want to see changing sizes with these pixies. I imagine it's very cute. Oh man, what do you think happens if we use Averin? Oh, actually, let me not put familiars out here yet. Okay. Alright. I want to see what happens if Averin uses his ultimate. It would help if we actually got his ultimate available. And I suppose we need to actually take other people away if we're going to be doing this. Alright, give me pixies. No, I killed a pixie. Give me pixies. Give me pixies. I think I killed another one. I should stop clicking these. That is a Mind Flayer Hitch skin. Yes, Cerberus. Or as I affectionately refer to him as Mitch. This was a special reward for the 2nd year anniversary event, I believe. Yeah, if you haven't redeemed the Play From Home code yet, do so. Get some really good stuff. You get like 6 time gate pieces, 3 gold supply chests, and a potion of polish. It's extremely good. Get that. Oh, yeah! Okay. Oop, he goes back. Oh, he goes all the way to big size. Okay. Well, we also killed the pixie, so maybe that didn't work out super well. No, anyway. We had our fun. Don't mind me. Essentially just taking random specializations here. C&E is asking, Mars, I'd love to hear your speculation about the new patron. Well, one, is it me? I feel obliged to ask every time it comes up. But, arrogance aside, we have existing art in the game for Omen Dran as of the weekly C-Team challenges that would, like, it's that front-facing art like you have for the console portraits for champions and also for the existing patrons themselves. So, like, because that asset already exists, I wouldn't be surprised if Omen Dran showed up as a patron at some point. The weekly C-Team challenges were kind of the precursor to patron challenges themselves. So it feels like to me that that would be a pretty simple transition to move Omen over to a proper patron. Maybe he would have perks that would increase the efficacy of the Acquisitions Incorporated and AC Inc. C-Team champions. That'd be cool. Maybe that could bring Rosie up to par. She needs help. But beyond Omen, Elminster is one of the biggest ones. I think people have been asking for, like, oh, slot 13 for Elminster, win, for literally years. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Elminster show up as a patron, because he can't be a champion. He's too strong. Elminster can't be a champion. And he's kind of lazy, so I feel like it would make more sense for Elminster to be a patron. We've met him in the game. He's shown up in dialogue with a portrait before. I forget where exactly, but we have met him in Idle Champions, so it's possible. As for like how he might function, no idea. Whew. Other than that, not so much identities, but I do have theories about restrictions. Like how Vajra is Constitution 14 or higher, and Mert is good or evil alignment only. I do have theories about what patron rules might be for forthcoming patron. I figure whoever it is, whatever they are, whatever their rules are, it needs to be someone who allows for all of the current non-patron champions. such as Morgaine and Cathris and Jim. They can't be used in any patrons. Ashara, that's a big one. She's a core character, and she can't be used in either existing patron. That's aggravating, I'm sure, for a lot of people, especially like newer players who don't have a lot of event champions. So I figure whoever comes next, they have to allow all of the current disallowed champions. And so maybe we can use that idea. If we assume that they have to allow those, then we can look at what those champions have in common to try to come up with what the restriction might be. Which I talked about a few streams ago, actually. I have a text document where I, like, theory crafted all this stuff out. And I think one of my favorites that I came away with is like, what was it? No tanks? Something like that. Hold on. It's been literally a week since I looked at this. I hope I still have this. Yeah, Patron Ideas. Here we go. If we had another alignment restriction patron like Mert, then if they allowed only lawful or chaotic, that would pick up everyone that we're currently missing, and it would be 45 total champions across all 12 slots. Oh, this is before Briv and Sasaspia, I believe, that I came up with this, so take that into consideration as well. If it's a base health under 50, then that would be 37 champions across 12 slots. No tanking, no healing, that would be 37 across 11 slots. So yeah, I've got some ideas. There's some other things here, but I don't want to read every single one of them. Does one need to drink tea to watch this stream? No, but I believe it enhances the experience. Because then we can drink tea together. Cheers. No, Cerberus, that was not the announcement. The announcement, for those who may have missed it earlier, I'm sure it's been clipped, and if someone hasn't clipped it yet, please do. So we can like post it on social media and stuff. Early access will soon be a thing of the past. Version 1.0 launch of Idle Champions officially should be coming very, very, very soon. Like next week. Good stuff. I don't know when exactly, but next week. And we're gonna have days, I think 10 days of teasers and stuff. Define early access. It's the current state of the game is early access. It's currently version 0.291. Yeah, early access is kind of like the the modern day beta, I guess. I feel like early access has evolved over time as to what that means. Like, exactly how that term applies to gaming culture, I think, has evolved and adapted over time. Yeah, extended beta, essentially. So, that's coming to an end. C&E must be, at least somewhat content with the current state of the game. I know I am. When you look at this, compared to what it looked like before, years ago, it's pretty different. It's pretty different. It's pretty different. I would love, I have no idea how this might even be possible. I would love if there was some kind of like video that they released that showed exactly how far it's come, like what it used to look like versus how it is now. That would be so cool. Bunny, was I here before Hitch? I actually looked through like the changelog archive, and apparently Hitch was released like 2 days before I started. So Hitch has been here longer than I have. But I was here before Stokey. I got here just like a week before the very, very, very first event. Phil's opinions on how to get divine patience. We actually covered that a little while ago on the stream. Somebody asked, and we talked about that. Go to the Nerves of Steel variant for Briv in the current event. That is the second event for Briv. It's where enemies move faster and attack faster. Set up Briv as your tank, put some speed potions on. You'll be done very quickly. You're welcome, Phils. Good luck. And good luck to all of you going after achievements or just the event variants in general. We might actually have time to do all 3 variants on today's stream. That'd be cool. I mean, this will be over shortly. We're over halfway through. It helps when you're using every speed champion at once. Some people say Xander's a speed champion, but I disagree. Xander could be a speed champion. He's just not currently. Oh, I wanted to talk about Strix and Rosie while we're still here in the event. Because I didn't talk about them last week. Of course, I want to give most attention to Briv. Briv's fantastic. Oh, Jarlaxle! Oh no, that's Hitch. I've actually never seen that with Hitch before. I've seen this happen to Jarlaxle many times, but never to Hitch. Interesting. Anyway. Let's get Rosie out here. Go away, Ayla. Alright, Bee Stingers unite. Let's talk about Strix, the returning Year 1 champion for Festival of Fools. Chaotic Good Tiefling Sorcerer, DPS, and support character. Once upon a time... Oh, let's watch the boss. Once upon a time, Strix was pretty much the best DPS in the game. She was like Queen DPS for over a year, pretty much. A ranged AoE blast with her fireball. Her ultimate that just spikes her damage up even more. She was fantastic. But she was dethroned by Archon. I even made a little comic about it when it happened. It's funny. Anyway, the sorcerer known as Strix hails from Sigil, the city of doors at the center of the multiverse. Very little is known of Strix's heritage, even to herself, but it was recently discovered. She is a powerful member of the Skizix family, who long ago made a pact with Asmodeus, ruler of the Nine Hells, to become tieflings. Strix is careful, suspicious, paranoid. She assumes the worst in everyone and is always ready to run away or hide. She lacks basic manners and maintains poor personal hygiene, exemplified by the collection of filthy oddities she hoards within her robes. As a child, Strix witnessed a shadowy creature slaughter her friends at the bakery where she worked, but was spared for unknown reasons. The survivor's guilt drives her to try and help those in need, no matter the personal cost. Strix is... She didn't get any worse, is the thing. Like, she is still a solid DPS character. She still is. It's just that other characters kind of got better. And jumped ahead of her in the placements, so to speak. Strix does have some cool effects, though, with poor hygiene, causing enemies to take more damage when they get closer to the formation, and that applies to click damage. You can use that for, like, if you're having a really hard time getting through something, some variant, because it restricts the number of champions you can use, and maybe you're relying on click damage to get through the last few stages, put Strix out there. She can help. Death Ward is cool. It's like the only revive mechanic in the game, I believe. Unless you want to count Valindra in Soriel's Resolve, but she's not a champion. Death Ward, if a champion within 2 slots of Strix is about to be killed, Strix revives them at 50% of their max health, and takes 50% of her max health in damage. If she can take that much damage, and it only works every 30 seconds. Oh yeah, Korth! That's an excellent point. Korth also has a revive mechanic. It's just only for him. And it's tied into his ultimate, which is pretty cool. I love our lizard man samurai named Danger. I love him so much. He's wonderful. He's my favorite slot 2 character, easily. Strix is pretty straightforward. Her Haunted ability isn't really useful. It's just a 100% boost for everyone in the formation that is defeated. That doesn't help a lot. But everything else about her is fine, honestly. And even if she's no longer a stellar DPS character, she can still be used as a good support due to her poor hygiene. And even her revive mechanic, it can be helpful sometimes. Cerberus. Spurt dies a lot too. Does that count as a revive mechanic? I would say it's the opposite. I would invert that. You want him to die, so... Actually, I don't know, Mage Pie. I don't know if he actually counts as defeated as a ghost. Gar says no, and I mean, I trust Gar. I'm sure most of the community does. He's not actually dead. Well, good. Strix has some stiff competition in the current meta of the game, however. She shares her slot with Warden, who can stack Hex debuffs on enemies. But thankfully, Warden can be swapped. So you can stack up Hex and then switch back to Strix. That was a popular strategy for a while. Until one day, Averin came to exist. Averin is absolutely dominating the game as far as supporting goes. Last time I looked at the Ridge spreadsheet, probably the most used tool that Ridge creates for the community, manages for the community, my Averin is like an E18 boost to my team, and the next highest is E12. So that is several orders of magnitude ahead of everyone else as a support. So Averin's pretty much dominating right now. And then Dragonbait is also very good. He is one of my highest buffers. I don't use Dragonbait extraordinarily often, but he has his uses. Could I explain when to use each Warden spec? Eldritch Smite. And I just don't even take the other one, actually. I just always take Eldritch Smite. Garwar says he was wrong. Takes a brave person to admit when they're wrong. Thank you for testing it again really quick, Garwar. So he does actually count for Strix now. That's cool. I like that. It's almost like an Easter egg, considering like how small of a bonus that is. That's nice. That's nice. So when Spurt's in ghost form, he counts as defeated for the purpose of Strix Haunted buff. That's fun. I like that. Okay, let's look at Rosie. Rosie, from the Acquisition Incorporated C team, along with Donar, Cathris, Walnut. She is a chaotic good halfling monk who's just a straight DPS. Just DPS. Oh, hey, we finished it. Sweet. I'll finish talking about Rosie and then we'll move on. Weighing in at just under 30 pounds and with a grandmotherly demeanor befitting her advanced age, Rosie B. Stinger is easily mistaken for someone on the wrong side of the aggressor-victim relationship, but this is a mix-up that few people make more than once. So not as much detail as Strix's bio or Briv's, but still fun. She's like a cool shadow monk, teleporting behind people and hitting them. She has a deflect ability, which is very interesting, and it's tied in with her achievement. She can deflect ranged and magic attacks targeting her or adjacent champions every 2.5 seconds. Her Busy Bee Stinger ability reduces the time between Rosie's attacks by 0.5 seconds and increases her damage by 100% for each C-Team champion in the formation. So if you want to use Rosie, then like you're kind of incentivized to build a C-Team formation with Rosie as your DPS. Shadow Arts, every 4th attack, Rosie does a whirlwind, hitting all nearby enemies for 50% of her base damage. So she has an AoE attack, but it only hits half as hard, which isn't like a huge deal breaker. Kind of reminds me of Narak. Matriarch increases the effect of Sassy, which was... oh, we didn't even read this one. Sassy increases the base damage to Rosie by 100% for each champion that is younger than her in the formation. Coming in at age 110, that's plenty. That's plenty champions to pick from. But then Matriarch, this is one of her specializations. If I use one of my respec pots, we can take a look at her specializations. So you have Matriarch, and we have From the Shadows. Matriarch is what I see like most of the time being recommended for Rosie. The few times that we see Rosie being talked about. But yeah, if you have a lot of champions in the formation, a lot of female champions in the formation, and they're younger than her, then you want to take Matriarch. And if not, take From the Shadows. It's pretty straightforward. But you kind of need to know what your formation's going to look like in the end for choosing her specialization. Otherwise, you'll need to be using a respec pot to re-choose. All patron variants complete. Congratulations, MM. Hello, Iltacine. Welcome. Yeah, Lyra, she weighs less than 30 pounds. I don't think character weight itself is actually a metric in the game at all. So that might be the only champion weight that is listed in the game. But I would assume that very few champions weigh less than Rosie. Spurt, for sure. At least in ghost form. So it's nothing. We have a question in the chat for what level is my item on Briv for Unnatural Haste. My item level for Briv on Unnatural Haste is 21, and it's epic. And let's go ahead and open the chest that I got for him. Okay, nothing special there. Let's kill this boss, reset, and then do the other variant. Alright, cool. Let's go. 11 pounds would be very appropriate for Spurt. Chaotic asks, do character stats actually correlate to anything, or is it purely for deterministic stuff on buffs? Yeah, it's pretty much just for determining buffs, and for whether they qualify for patrons or variants. Like Vajra requires 14 plus Constitution. We're going to start Nerves of Steel now for Briv, his second variant, the only one that we haven't completed yet. Complete area 125. Briv starts out in the formation and cannot be moved, removed, or swapped out. Normal enemies move 10 times faster and attack 3 times faster. Bosses are unaffected. So we're going to jump in here. Look how fast these move. Look how fast that is. Let's get some gold on Briv so we can start leveling up. Now watch. See how quickly this is building? And this is without any speed potions on or anything. I'll take Tempered Steel. That's fine. Let's see what this looks like with just an epic speed potion on. Okay. Let's get Deacon out here, who causes enemies to spawn faster. Enemies spawning faster means they will run up to Briv faster, like more of them will get to him, and thus attack him more. Let's get Shandy out here. Let's get Minsk out here. Not you, him. Look, we're already over 100. So, if you want to farm up Briv's Divine Patience achievement quickly, that's his gain more than 250,000 stacks of steel bones in one adventure. This is how you do it. Get on the Nerves of Steel variant. Enemies move faster and attack faster. Put him out as your tank. Well, he's already stuck out there as your tank, so. But then put out champions that increase speed. Oh, Shandy won't help, you're right. Because Shandy wants people to not be attacking. So Shandy's not doing us any favors here. But that's fine. All the speed champions don't help. Does Deacon not help with this? I feel like at least Deacon would. And Minsk. Causing champions to spawn faster would make more champions get to Briv to attack him faster. Rowie Bar, EXE, which champ would you say to invest in as a new player? Briv. Absolutely. If we're talking about the current event champions, definitely Briv. Briv kind of does everything. Tank, check. Healer, check. Support, check. Speed, check. Briv does everything except DPS and gold. One of the most versatile champions in the game currently, in my opinion. Like Gromma. Gromma's also versatile. Versatortle. Using the name of her achievement. Mortonid. Would ability increasing feats allow champion to be eligible for patron quests? Yes. I don't think there's a 13 con champion with a +1 con feat right now, but would that be an option? Well, there is, technically. There's, yeah. I don't want to get too much into this because, oh boy, it would probably be pretty divisive of a topic to discuss, but, yeah, there's, there are champions with 13 con that, there's at least one +1 con feat that has existed at some point. But to just answer your question directly, yes, that would actually work. You can cause champions to become eligible for patrons or variants if you have appropriate feats to adjust their ability scores. Likewise for Narak's Githzerai focus ability. Increasing the potency of formation abilities of adjacent champions with a wisdom score of 14 or higher by 50%. I'll show you what I mean. I'll put Brunor out here. And I'll put Narak adjacent to Brunor. Now currently my Brunor has 14 wisdom because I have the observant feat on him, increasing his wisdom score by 1. And I'm going to take this familiar off of him so he stops leveling so it doesn't mess with the bonuses of things. His Rally, increasing the damage of champions in the same column, currently no stack, so by 2.76 EO6%. Now if I take that feat off, it is now 1.84 EO6%. So Narak really is boosting it. I believe it'll even, will it show that? If I put it on there. Will it show that it is boosted? Yeah, Githzerai focus. So it's right there in his incoming buffs. And if I took the feat off of him, then it would not show up there. So those feats matter. Not all of them currently matter. But give it time, eventually, I'm sure. All the feats will matter. As the game continues to be updated, we get more variants, and I'm sure we get more patrons eventually. And these ability scores and the feats that affect them will matter more. How do you get 2 feats on a champion? Great question. So, you already know that when you reach a certain level with a champion, you unlock their first feat slot. To get their second feat slot, you have to level them even more. And it'll tell you how much if you look at them. Like, I can't show you right now because I have all of mine unlocked, But if I didn't, this second feat slot would be empty, and it would say, like, reach level blah 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 to unlock the feat slot for Briv. Okay. Currently, all of these second feat slot level targets are beyond soft cap. You need about E64 gold. I think that's the number. I think you need about E64 gold in whatever event or adventure or whatever that you're in to level people beyond their cap to the target levels to unlock their second feat slot. MagePie says E62 to E68. Which sounds right to me. I feel like certain characters, it took much more to get to. Like, I think, was it Averin? I remember somebody, I had to get to, like, E67. And I remember that being surprising. Can I show how if they're soft cap? Sure, I just have to actually reach soft cap first to really show that off. Remind me once I reach soft cap, which I should be able to do on stream, and I will show that Death of One. Great question. I'd love to show that off. Now, we've talked about Rosie, we've talked about Strix, we've talked about Briv, we've talked about the event itself. Do you guys have questions? We have a little more than half an hour left in the stream. It has been an honor and a privilege, and I've enjoyed the show very, very much, and I hope to do more in the future. So while I'm here, while you have me, if you have questions, please ask me. And if I can't answer, I'll point you to someone who can, which is probably Garwar. Since he's here. Weekend buff, Eogane. You got it. Great question. I even set this up. Thank you, Margaret, for sending this over to me. You guys want to see the weekend buffs? Boom! There you go. So, this weekend is the Adventure Hook weekend. Looks like we've got Donar, Nayeli, Jim, Morgaine, and Evelyn. And, the Golden Epic will be for Morgaine, slot 2. Alright, there you go. Back to the game. Yeah, cheers, Margaret. Stay safe out there. Top advice for new players. Oh, boy. Join the community. Like, get on the Discord, get on the Reddit, or even the Steam discussion forums, just somewhere. The best thing you can do is be in a position to discuss things with people so that you can learn. The highest DPS champion, Real Snowman, I would say Zorbu currently. Oh, someone asked earlier how you unlock Zorbu. Zorbu is an event champion from Fleet's Wake event, year 1. He can be unlocked via time gates now. Cerberus asked, how do you get Sasaspia's achievement? Ooh, set up a tank and Sasaspia. And just get somewhere where they are not killing enemies, but enemies are also not killing them until, like, your tank gets overwhelmed or whatever. And just wait until there's 40 or more enemies on your tank. Make sure that your Sasaspia is on her middle specialization. And then use her ultimate after there's like 40 or more enemies on your tank. And that should just instantly get it for you. I actually did the achievement live on my stream a few episodes ago. You can go check out the VODs. Maybe someone even clipped it, I don't know. But I showed how to get it easily. Also, how do you unlock Dragonbait? Dragonbait is your reward for clearing Soriel's Resolve, the final variant in the Tomb of Annihilation campaign. So just keep progressing through Tomb of Annihilation. Eventually you'll have access to Soriel's Resolve. Do Soriel's Resolve, and you'll be done. You'll get Dragon Bait. Matter Doom, I said that the 10 days of pre-launch announcements would be featured somewhere. Social media for Idle Champions, as well as the Idle Champion blogs. So, like, go check out the Codename Entertainment website, the Idle Champions Twitter feed. I'm sure we'll be getting information through these. And if you don't see it there yourself, then I'm definitely sure people will be posting it in the various communities. Yeah, it's important to note that Year 1 champions moving into Year 4 will be, like, retired. So you'll still be able to access them via time gates, but it makes sense to me that we don't want to, like, overwhelm players, like, too many options each event. It might be demotivating to feel like, oh, there's too much to do, it's overwhelming, and then maybe they wouldn't even play it. So yeah, you still get those champions from the store or from time gates. And time gates are much better now too, so win-win. Oh, the achievements will still be possible as well, given that you can now do variants in time gates. So let's say I'm a new player, I just started today, and I want to grab Zorbu. Zorbu's a Year 1 champion, so next year for Fleet's Wake he won't be available. I have to get him through a time gate. Okay, I start a Zorbu time gate, and it'll give me 2 runs for Gold Chest, as well as unlocking him, and then the variant, the random variant that gets assigned to you from the ones that you haven't done yet. So I do the 1 variant. Cool. Later, I do a second Zorbu time gate. I get 2 more gold chests, and then a gold chest for the next variant that it randomly gives me. Great. And now I just gotta do 1 more to get that last variant. Then I've got all 3 variants done, and by this point, I've definitely got all of my item slots for Zorbu filled, because I'll have at least 9 gold chests by that point. Which is also at least 1 guaranteed epic, since the epic pity timer starts on 4 for event chests. As well as whatever silver chest I picked up for each increment of stage 100 during the event. Or during the time gate, I mean. Do I think it's worth to spend blacksmith contracts on Briv to skip more areas? Yes. I think Briv is absolutely worth your blacksmith contracts. I am going to work on getting Briv up to item level 50 average, which is what I do for all of my event champions. And then I'll just move on. What was the really good support I was talking about earlier? Averin? Yes, Averin. Averin's arguably the top support character at the moment. And there's Kroll. Kroll's more like anti-support. Just the crazy debuffer. Yeah. Megadoo, I think it's pretty unarguable. Yeah. Oh, Cregan! Congratulations finishing Delicious Diversion. I imagine that one's tougher if you don't have monumental amounts of favor. Just unfair amounts of favor like I did for that. Sorry, it may have not been terribly useful for you guys, anyone watching, but maybe it gave you some idea of what to expect. I like that we actually got to see the carts full of food. That was cute. Briv top 3 tanks, King McCree, Tyrell. Well, how would you argue for, like, how would you define top 3 tanks? Are we talking about survivability or buffing potential? Like, Gromma on Mountain Spec can get huge damage out once she stacks up all 25 stacks of Mountain on someone. But my Gromma typically dies by the time that happens. Whereas Tyrell has insane survivability for me, but doesn't buff as much. Still huge buff, but not as much as Gromma's Mountain debuff would matter. So I guess it depends on like how you would define that. Would I put Briv in the top 3? I'm not sure. I feel like top 5, definitely. I don't know about top 3. I'd have to give that some serious consideration. I don't think that's something that I could answer just off the cuff on stream with confidence. Gut instinct, sure. Hesitant, yes. Garwar says he feels like that Briv's top 3 tank. Oh, that's an excellent point. Now that we've figured out the trick to having Briv get over 100% healing. Yeah. That definitely increases his standing in my eyes. Definitely. Ayla is also a big one. Not only does she have a lot of health, she also has shield, she stuns, she debuffs, and it doesn't really matter where you put her in the formation if you just want her to be a support. Like her supporting ability doesn't matter for her position. So Ayla's a fantastic character overall. Really just excellent design. Love Ayla. I use her all the time. Yeah, I don't often use Ayla as a tank. But she's pretty good at it. It's almost always Barrel for me, as we've come to affectionately call Bearform Tyrell. Barrel. Do we have enough champions to have like a full healing formation yet? Probably not, right? The Saspia, anyone in slot 2? No one there. Keelek, Calliope, Briv. Yeah, no, we can't do a full healing formation yet, but maybe one day. Yeah, you can do full tank formation, and that's fun if you've never tried it. It's just so beefy. It's even right here in my chess code. Beef. No love for Wolfgar? Oh, plenty of love for Wolfgar. If you want to run a Companions of the Hall formation, I mean, you're going to use Wolfgar anyway because he is Companions of the Hall, but he's an excellent tank for that. Which is good. He used to be a DPS character. I like his rework. He's much better now. Yeah, unfortunately, Tyrell's still going to beat Wolfgar out of the water if you have enough item levels on him. But I just think if we're not taking into account, like, slot, because Wolfgar swaps with Tyrell, if we're not taking that into account, then I think Wolfgar's fine, yeah. I really love Companions of the Hall as a team. I feel like their affiliation mechanics just work. In my opinion, the best affiliation in the game right now, Companions of the Hall, just in terms of their design. I'm looking forward to seeing how the rest of the Heroes of Erebus work out. We have a few of them, but not all of them. Likewise, the Heroes of Baldur's Gate. We're close to finished with them, but not quite. Oh, Havilar. Oh, Havi. Havi good, Havi strong. Also a speed champion, but only if you summon her imps, you summon a particular imp, and you're fighting fiend enemies. Briv is not a CNE original character, no. Briv is played by Adam Bradford on D&D Beyond Heroes. I had an interview with him last week. He had a lot to say. Seems like a charismatic guy. I agree, MM. I do wish there were more team affiliation buffs. I mean, maybe over time. Once upon a time, affiliations didn't even exist. So, I just have faith in CNE. Like, things will constantly like move forward and be updated and such. Maybe we'll get more affiliation mechanics. Oh, I'd love a CNE affiliation, or whatever they might end up being called. I don't know. But there's a lot of them. It would definitely be the largest affiliation pool of characters to date. So I feel like that might be difficult to balance. The home team. Ha! Ha! Oh, that is my favorite name for it so far. That's fantastic. The home team. Excellent. That's a good one. I like it. Yeah, maybe if the CNE originals were broken up into sub-teams somehow. Like year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, whatever. I don't know. Something. Oh, Mars as a tank? I could picture Mars as any role but tank. Like, no. Hey, we finished Nerves of Steel. Wow. In all my shows, we've covered like 4 events. I can't believe we've covered 4 events on Mars Guiding Hand so far. But we've never been able to do all variants for a character, for an event character, in the same stream before. So, wow. There you go. The real trick to any event: have enough favor, and you'll just breeze through everything. Not super helpful if you're a new player, and I understand that. Sorry. I would be sorely tempted to play like a fresh account in the future on this show. I think that could be a lot of fun. Oh boy, CNE, like Margaret, etc., Sean. I'm sure, I guess, of this announcement, I didn't think about this until the chat exploded, but I feel like you guys are going to just be just a tidal wave of questions being thrown at you now. Good luck dealing with all of that. Part of me feels bad for opening the floodgates. Best of luck to you. 20 minutes left in the stream if anyone has any more questions for me. I'd love to help you insofar as I am able, or point you somewhere else if I cannot. I'm out of tea. Cheers. Still a little bit of coffee, though. Never mind. I might be able to get enough gold to soft cap if I just put some potions on. How about I do that? Because Mistra knows I have too many potions. Never enough speed potions. Look at this. Look how pitiful my speed potions are compared to hundreds of everything else. That should help. Green Paradox asking, if I could add any familiar to the game, what would it be and why? Uh, selfish, egotistical answer. Mars, my character Mars, has a raven familiar named Hazel, so that one. But other than that, I think my favorite suggestion that I've made for a familiar in in the Discord was the Fist of Emrakul, which is an in-fiction, like in Dungeons & Dragons, like actual in-fiction 20-sided die that you throw as a magic item, and whatever face of the die it lands on, it does a special effect. Some magical effect. So I think that could be a really fun thing to have as a familiar. Just a little D20 on the screen that's just rolling as you go through, like its walking animation is just it rolls. I think that could be hilarious. I'd love that. Like a little animated 20-sided die using the Fist of Emrakul fiction. Is Dadius worth blowing a time gate to equip? I just did earlier on the stream. I activated a Dadius time gate to use as an example for showing that you get a random variant assigned to you for the time gate. I think that Dadius is okay. He could be better. Bula Slinky. I don't think I can answer that question, as you may have predicted. 77 time gate pieces. Wow. Well, for Dadius, if he's your last non-6-piece champion, go ahead and do it. He's a year 1 champion, so... Oh, by not answering the question, you're answering the question. Okay, fair. I'm not testing it. He's a year 1 champion, so you're not going to be able to get him from an event, so you might as well get him from a time gate, like, for equipping him further. Because at the very least, you'll get the achievement for getting 6 pieces of gear on Dadius, which will give you a little power boost, even if you don't use Dadius. So go ahead and do a time gate for him, I'd say. Or just wait for a natural time gate. Like, maybe don't use time gate pieces for Dadius, if you're considering other champions. Like, Dadius swaps with Briv, and Calliope, and Keelik, and Quint. I'd say just about everyone in this slot is better than Dadius except Xander. I'd put the two of them in about the same, like, tier, I suppose. Oh, did we open that other grip chest? We did not! Hey, get over here. Come on. Darn. Okay. Hey, what do you think the chances are that we could get a shiny on stream? Again, with just 18 silver chests. Not very high, right? Yeah. Okay. That was definitely too much to hope for. You turned off the switch! Curse you! CNE! Don't you know you're supposed to turn on my good RNG for when I'm streaming? I wonder if anyone out there actually believes that. Don't mind me, I'm just going to spend some blacksmithing contracts on Morgaine. I'm currently working on Morgaine just to finish getting her up to average item level 50. Like, you'll notice a lot of my event champions are item level 50, item level 50, item level 50, 54, 52. Some of them are more. because I cared more about them at the time. But I try to go for at least 50. We should be able to get to level cap, I hope. How about if I switch to my gold find formation specifically? I don't care about the specific specializations right now. Sure. Fine. Okay. And Azaka. Great. Sure. And more Briv. Okay, now this should do it. Oh, Jar's not on the field. Thank you. Boom. Look at that. We're looking at E42. Oh, and just like that, we've reached level cap. Fantastic. Okay. Cool. Now then, now that we've reached level cap, I can show you how to go past your level cap in order to get to your second feat slots so that you can unlock them, since the current soft cap doesn't allow you to get that far. You need, like, as Megiddo, I think, said earlier, or was it Magepie? I think it was Magepie, actually. I think Magepie said E62 to E68. Yeah. But yeah, working at a E42 gold find, which is ridiculous. Anyway. You just need to get up to, like, E60s, depending on the character, to get their second feat slot. So, I'm going to go down here to the bottom left where it says upgrade, and I'm just going to change this to anything else. Times 1, times 10, times 25, times 100. Sure, why not? And now, even though my characters are at level cap, you can tell that because they're no longer capable of getting upgrades, I can still level them. See that? So now Azaka's 112 levels past her soft cap. I can do this for everybody. Easy. And that's all you have to do. Eventually, you keep doing this, like you keep pushing, keep getting gold, and eventually you'll have enough gold that you can over-level them to the point that you'll unlock their second feat slots. It's also a useful trick for getting a little tiny extra bit of damage for your DPS character. Like, I think the most I've ever seen is, I don't know, E2 increase. Maybe just, definitely E1, I think. Or enough to push me up to the next E number, the next magnitude. But, I mean, it's small. It's a very small increase. Alright, I'm going to put this back on my speed team. More like 2 times. Yeah. It's a very negligible amount, but it might be enough to get you past one more boss. Maybe. Maybe. I tell you, I've had a devil of a time trying to get past the stage 350 Tree Blight boss in the Vajra Patron version of Visions of Strahd adventure variant for Grand Tour of the Sword Coast. It is the last Patron variant I have to do. Look at this. 100% done, Mert. 99% done, Vajra. It's the only one I have left to do. Ugh, it's killing me. I have tried and failed multiple times now. So close. I tried over-leveling my DPS, who is Delana, for, like, over a day with speed potions on, and just full potions, over-leveling, 5 shinies on Delana. Still not enough. Ah! Jeez. How do I select which champions using which key? Q, W, and E on your keyboard can allow you to switch between your first, second, and third saved formations on the fly. Check out the hotkeys by hovering over the little H icon in the bottom right, and it'll tell you all the cool hotkeys you can use in the game. Well, not all of them, but most of them. Like familiars, for example. Hold the F key on your keyboard. I feel like I say this every single stream. Hold the F key on your keyboard to bring up the familiar overlay to show you where you can place familiars, and then you can simply click on the areas to assign them. You can also hold the F key and click on the familiar button itself to make them all go away. 10 minutes left in the stream if anyone has any more questions. Oh, congratulations, MM. I'm envious that you managed to do that, and I have not. Yes, if you're using Steam and not using the gamepad version, those who don't know, you can go into your settings, and you can... where is it? Gamepad UI mode, here it is. I'll just get where this is positioned in here. But if you turn this on, then you can use a somewhat different looking UI. It's very different. I always see people asking on the C&E streams, like, how do you have that UI? Like, how do you make your game look like that? That's how. If your game is capable of supporting gamepad mode, then it'll show up in those settings there. Yeah, please. Everyone stay safe out there. This is a very serious situation that we're in. I am grateful to be in a position where I can contribute to encouraging people to stay home by simply providing entertainment through the streaming platform. Doing my part in my own way. Remember, play from home, as the chess code says. Real Snowman highlighted their message to ask, how do you get Drizzt? Very simple. From your campaign map, go to the Grand Tour of the Sword Coast. Play through the story so that you get down to, I believe it's this one. This camp. And this is the one you want. For the Underdeep Cartography Adventure, the Overdue Rendezvous variant. Complete area 175. Drizzt takes up the middlemost slot in the formation and is just functionally worthless while he's there. He's not actually a champion, he's just an escort NPC that does nothing. But if you can complete this, you will unlock Drizzt permanently as a character. Good luck! If you have trouble, gear up your champions some more, unlock some champions from events and time gates, or just wait for a nice weekend buff, or combine all of those tips into one. Just do everything. But yeah, it's not difficult. Just progress through the game. And by not difficult, I mean it's simple. You can't miss him. I think literally you can't miss him. Like I think you. Am I right? Is it that you basically have to unlock him to keep progressing in Grand Tour of the Sword Coast? I feel like that was something I learned on my Gearless account when I played through the game without anything. You can avoid Drizzt? Interesting. Okay. Iltacine, that was one of my guesses as well for an upcoming patron. Omen, Elminster, or, well, you know. Cerberus asks, when converting blessings, to which should you convert? That's a great question. So, conversion. It depends on your goals. Your global blessings are extremely important as they apply to every campaign, including event campaigns and time gates. So, like, step 1 for blessings, I say to go through all of them and get the tier 1 blessing if you can. Because it's the same thing across all of them, and it's like a small goal to move toward. You can pick it up pretty quickly and easily. Anyway, tier 2 global for Torm is extremely important. The earlier you get this, the better. Whoa. That was weird. And likewise, tier 4 for Torm, if you're further in. Starting all events with 2,500 more event tokens can make a difference. But it depends on what your goals are. For me, I would suggest that you take a look at where you're at with your favor currently, what sort of high priority global blessings you are close to, and use that to inform your decision for targeting your event conversion. Once you have all globals, I just put everything into Torm. At this point, I've got all my other permanent campaigns up to E30, I think. Yeah. E30 Kellenvor, E30 Helm, E30 Tiamat. So I just put everything into Torm at this point. Until I have a reason to put it anywhere else, I will continue to do so. Yeah, if you want to watch my own attempt at unlocking Dragonbait on stream, I did so on one of my episodes of this show. Like, go back through. Is there a playlist for this yet? For Mars Cunningham, like on YouTube or something? But go back to one of our earlier episodes. I forget which one, and you can watch me attempt unlocking Dragonbait using a Delana DPS formation. The results may surprise you. Any more questions before I have to sign off for the week? Oh, I do have a playlist. Fantastic. Thank you, Sydney. Well, Dark Dragon, I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about that. So, that's all. And what E number does Azaka farming start to fall off? I don't know what like exactly how to answer that, really. It's I mean, there's diminishing returns, but I'm not really sure like at what point that is. Do it for like 5 minutes. Not much longer than that, really. Kind of the biggest jumps are just earlier on in the farming, so just set up your Azaka farm formation however it is that you do it. Look, I'll show you what mine looks like again. Except instead of Briv being here, I have Jarlaxle's out here, and instead of Briv, there's Puent. So this is what my Azaka farm for the Briv free play looks like, except swap Briv for Puent. You want to make sure that the lone mob is attacking Wolfgar since he's the tank, of course. What's my favorite story from one of my D&D games? Oh gosh, I do not have enough time to answer that. Oh boy, save the world by destroying the world. I talked about that on Twitter briefly. I could go into more detail on Discord or something if you'd like, but yeah, one time there we had to save the world. We couldn't actually beat the bad guy, so we blew up the world so that the bad guy's plan would fail. And then after the bad guy could no longer enact their plan, we just restored the world with magic. And then the bad guy was just helpless. Couldn't do anything about it. It was very creative. It worked. Want to use Paulton as a gold farmer? My Jarlaxle just functions better. I have extremely high item levels. Like, all of my core characters have, like, over item level 1,000. Oh, You're very welcome. I don't want to say your name out loud. Please forgive me, but thank you again for a very helpful broadcast. You're very welcome for a very helpful broadcast. Oh, did we just get a gold chest? Oh, fantastic. Come on, shiny now. Okay. Well, that's fine. Not like the 4 shinies we got one time on stream. Not even that long ago. Jeez. Alright, well, it's about that time, friends. So, thank you for joining me for this episode of Mars Guiding Hand. I hope to see you all again, whenever that might be. Wherever you are, on Earth, Toril, or anywhere else in our wide, beautiful multiverse. Stay safe. I wish you well. We'll weather this trial together, one day at a time. Until then, look sharp. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, hey, by the way, I've gotten back into streaming. Go check out twitch.tv/Storyteller Mars to hear me read to you. I do public domain books and stuff. It's fun. Farewell, champions!